What's up guys, Nick here. Today I'm going to talk about the Canon SX70HS. Now this video is not like going over all the full specs because they haven't released all the full specs. They've just announced a couple quick things about the camera. So that basically this camera has a 2.36 million dot 0.38 inch viewfinder. This camera also features 4K video. Now people are kind of skeptical about this because Canon in the past, in their M50 they had 4K without the dual pixel autofocus, so you really couldn't use it. And also the crop on the 4K was a little excessive. So yeah, 4K video, and also frame grabbing. So basically if there's something in the video that you really like, you can just kind of take it out of the video and use it as a picture. And this is Canon's first point and shoot camera to support their new CR3 RAW file for photos. So the camera shoot I now uses the CR2. That's the RAW codec for photos, and it's really good. I use it all. I like to shoot my photos RAW now. I've made videos about it in the past. There's so much more flexibility. It's so great. I bet with that CR3 it's gonna be a lot more higher quality. There's gonna be even more information there to work with. And obviously it has the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi built-in technology. It's a little bit faster because obviously it's a brand new camera. This camera has a Digic 8 processor in it. What that means is you'll be able to navigate and use the camera a little bit faster, and plus you'll get better low light performance with it. This camera can achieve 5 stops of IS with dual sensing image stabilization. And while you're shooting this thing handheld, there's a very minimal chance you'll have to deal with a lot of camera shake. I mean, obviously there's gonna be a little bit micro jitter, but the image stabilization is definitely a step up from this one that I'm shooting on now. This camera also features high-speed 10 frames a second shooting. Now I'm not sure how this is really gonna work. I don't know if this is like maybe like kind of like a sales thing, but if it has 10 frames a second, this camera right here does like 2.5, 3 frames a second, so 10 FPS. That'll be a huge jump in the high-speed department of taking photos. And this next part is kind of like a little guess, but basically, if you look at this image of the camera, you can see around the lens. Looks like some sort of control wheel. Now, for me personally, I think a focus wheel would be absolutely incredible because with this camera now, if I want to do manual focus, I have to first set it there and I have to use the buttons to dial in the focus, but luckily Canon provides this thing where I outline what's in focus in red, so basically I know exactly what's in focus, so I can kind of pretty much nail it every time. And something I forgot to mention, this sensor is a 20.3 megapixel CMOS sensor, so it has that better photo capability. You can also do 4K time lapses with it, just something I thought I should mention. Now, this camera will be available around November time, and they're saying it'll retail for about $550, which I think will be absolutely incredible. And some other things that I kind of saw a scammer on the internet is that this thing will have more of a EOS user interface, which I think will be absolutely great, because that's one thing Canons are definitely kind of known for, is that their software, their menus, all this type of stuff, it's super easy to navigate and simple. It has that professional feel to it, but also if you're kind of like more of a beginner, it's still pretty self-explanatory how you can find your way around different settings of the camera. And also some minor things that I've seen they changed, that they upgraded the internal microphone a little bit. So this one right now, it is by no means bad. This is actually what the internal microphone sounds like on the SX60HS. And kind of based on different pictures I saw, to me it looks like they kind of shrunk the camera height-wise. Now this camera already isn't a big camera. It's actually pretty small and I like it because it's easy just to kind of toss in the bag, carry on, it's not too heavy, easy just to kind of travel with. The new viewfinder though, they definitely made that part a little bit bigger because obviously they have a much better viewfinder than the new camera. And a couple things that I personally think would be nice, I think if this truly did have the more EOS type software, I think they should definitely make this compatible with the EOS utility, so you can install things like CineStyle, just kind of things like that. And also just because having a nice compatible point and shoot with the EOS utility software would be absolutely great. And this image here, kind of a picture of the bag. This is my personal guess, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of buttons on it. I mean, obviously this camera already doesn't have a lot of buttons. It's really simple, easy to use. What I think would be absolutely great is if they put a touch LCD on this camera. So the one I'm using now doesn't have one, but the autofocus, everything still works really well. It's still easy to navigate everything even without the touch LCD. But I think just having that little extra feature would be something that would be absolutely incredible for a camera at this price point. You get that incredible zoom, you get more EOS type software. You have the ability to maybe get a picture profile if it's compatible with the EOS utility software. You get a pretty decent microphone, and you get a flip LCD screen, a touch screen. Like, that's pretty good for around $550. And as I said, the camera will be launching around November time, so be on the lookout for that. I don't really plan on getting it because I'm saving for a new computer, but maybe in the future, if something ever happens to this camera, maybe I just want an upgrade, I would definitely look at that camera. And something I saw a lot of critics saying is that as times get more and more advanced, people become more and more busy, having to kind of switch out lenses for different scenes is kind of becoming a thing of the past. Now, no, I do not think a camera like this will ever replace a DSLR, but they are starting to creep their way into the market because this lens is so versatile. Like, see, it's really wide now, and it can go into 65 optical zoom, which, as you guys have seen in the past, is absolutely incredible. Now, some things I think personally that would make this camera just absolutely perfect, make it a faster lens. The new SX70HS doesn't have any better aperture numbers. It's still f3.4 is the lowest farthest it'll go, which is not very good. I think they can make this maybe like an f1.8 lens. Yeah, it'd be definitely more expensive and probably a little bit heavier because there's more glass in there, but I think that would be absolutely great. And I think as technology advances, they definitely would be able to fit something like that maybe into a little bit bigger body, nothing crazy though. And having that faster lens just opened up a whole new world for low light shooting, shell at the field, more cinematic things. And combo that with the EOS utility where you can try to install something like CineStyle, that would just make the whole camera 1,000 times better. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Tell me your thoughts down below about the Canon SX70HS. I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. Peace out.